All right, we are now tracking across the Atlantic our latest tropical depression. This storm is about 1,500 miles to the east of the Lesser Antilles. We've circled it there on the bottom right-hand part of your screen. Sustained winds currently are at 35 miles an hour, and by tomorrow night, it could become our next named storm. The next one on the list is Josephine. There you can see how the icon changes over the tropical storm icon again later tomorrow. And as we head up to and through the upcoming weekend, making its way toward, say there's Puerto Rico, so staying to the north of Puerto Rico and Haiti and the Dominican Republic, could eventually be problematic for the southeastern Bahamas as we head into early next week. So we'll be monitoring this for you, but new information just into the early warning forecast center. We now have our next or 10th named storm of the season. So currently here in Connecticut, the big headline, of course, the heat and the humidity. The high humidity for sure and the extreme heat, as we've seen temperatures today again peak in the mid-90s in some spots. We're 90 in Hartford currently, 88 in Torrington, 89 Willimantic, 88 currently in New Haven, and 82 right now in Groton. So dew point values are up there in the upper 60s and low 70s, so toward that oppressive level, and certainly adding insult to injury, making it feel even hotter. Heat index values near 96 currently for Windsor Locks, 95 Hartford, feeling like 96 in New Haven, and 93 currently in Chester. So if you're going to be spending any time outdoors this evening, you want to plan accordingly, take some breaks if you're going to be, for instance, doing some yard work before the sun sets, and remember to hydrate, drink plenty of water. There's our ICAM view from Hartford, showing 90 in our capital city, and with a mix of sun and clouds, a bit of a bluer, clearer scene coming in from New Haven, and as well from southeastern coastal Connecticut as we view our ICAM there from New London. So there have been a couple of little downpours, say between noon and 2 here in Connecticut, but since then those have fizzled. A couple more trying to develop across the lower Hudson Valley of New York, but those are also weakening before they reach us. And looking at the big picture, we have a cold front that's going to be the focal point for some showers and storms come tomorrow afternoon as it begins moving into southern New England. That's what we'll show you on Futurecasting. And anything that develops in the next couple of hours, and it would be very isolated in nature, will be diminishing as we get past sunset. Any other storms in advance of that cold front to our northwest should fall apart by the time they reach Connecticut overnight, maybe an isolated shower, and then notice how things really flare up tomorrow afternoon with that threat for some scattered thunderstorms. And any that do develop could produce some gusty winds, some frequent lightning, and some torrential rain, given that the atmosphere is just loaded with moisture. In the meantime, right now, we're forecasting temperatures overnight to drop into the low and mid 70s inland, mid and upper 70s along the shoreline, and then for tomorrow afternoon, given we're not going to see as much sunshine, temperatures likely held into the upper 80s and low 90s inland. If we get more sunshine, these numbers may be a little bit conservative along the shoreline, mid to upper 80s there. On our early warning 7-day forecast for Thursday, the humidity starts to decrease a bit. There's a slight chance for an isolated shower storm. That also goes for Friday. Temperatures eventually trend a little bit cooler, especially through the upcoming weekend. Morning low temperatures back in the 60s with afternoon highs between 80 and 85. And right now going optimistically dry for both weekend days. Some of our models are trying to hint at it could be a little bit of a wetter scenario. Going dry for now with temperatures ramping back in the upward direction for Monday and Tuesday of next week.